on Facebook. It'll take me just 1 second here. Okay. Here we go. Should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to our weekly strategic swing trader video lesson. Today we are going to talk about, as we always do, the market, and then we'll give you some swing ideas for next week, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. Before I start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. Make sure you agree to that before proceeding with the video. For those that are maybe new to the channel, welcome. My name is Sami Abu Saad. I'm Director of Education at T3 Live. I do these videos so you can get an idea of what I do on a day-to-day basis and get familiar with my methodology. And I hope to be able to, I hope to be of help to some of those that routinely watch my videos. If you'd like to learn more about what I do, if you'd like to check out the playlist, the YouTube or Facebook playlist, link is in the description. If you're new to the show basically, and you happen to enjoy it, you happen to find benefit from these videos, be sure to give me the like button. Hit the like button, please. Okay? All right, without further ado, let's get started. What we're going to talk about today is first the market. I said last Friday, or last Saturday, I do these videos every weekend to give you an update on the market, what I'm watching, what I'm looking to do. This was last Friday, basically. And so I did the video on Saturday before the gap down, and I said, based on this bar, we're probably going to come back to the 20. I said I think the market topped, but we'll have to see what kind of a reaction we get when we get to the 20 MA. And we got to the 20 MA actually in one day. I mean, we gapped down on Monday, that was last Monday, gapped down to the 20, and we got kind of a nice little bounce until yesterday, Friday. And where the bears showed up in a big way and printed a wide range red bar. So again, I said I think we topped out. When I say I think we topped out, I don't mean okay, this is the start of the recession or the bear cycle. I just mean we probably topped out and ready for a pullback, mostly on the weekly chart, on the weekly time frame. This is the chart of the QQQ, which is the Nasdaq 100. You can look at the SPY. It's the same picture. SPY, which is tracking ETF for the S&P 500. As you can see, the SPY is actually a lot weaker. So we gapped below the 20, and now we're breaking below it. Look, after a wide range red bar, whether it's the Qs or the SPY, doesn't matter. What we usually get is a narrow range bar. So I expect on Monday to get a narrow range bar. And if we do get a narrow range bar, I'm hoping we get a narrow range bar, then this can be played short. Not only would I be all out bearish, but I would say this can be this setup. If we get a narrow range bar like so, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday we continue lower, then you can do it as a kind of a 1, 2, 3. I like to play the 1, 2, 3 pattern, which looks like this. You know, when the stock pops and then puts in a narrow range bar near the top and then breaks out, or when the stock or the market breaks down and puts in a narrow range bar, doji bar, near the bottom and continues lower. I like to play this 1, 2, 3 pattern in the direction of the trend. So this would be counter trend. If we get a narrow range bar and then we continue lower, it'd be a counter trend. But again, I think we are, if we get it, then I would feel very sure that we are going to continue lower. If we get it and then on Tuesday we break under it, okay? The target on this pullback in the market would be the 20 MA on the weekly chart, which I said last weekend, not today, last weekend, would be about, I think, 206, or maybe did I say 206? Yeah, 206. 206. See it? This bar is high. It should coincide with the 20 MA also, that blue line on the chart. So that's where I think we're headed. Only time will tell, but the weird part, this is the almost inexplicable part, is that a few days before we topped out, so we topped out on last Friday, okay? The 24th, I think, the 24th. A few days before that, like January the 22nd, 23rd, all I could find when I was scanning for swing plays were shorts. I mean, I can always find longs, but all that was triggering for me was shorts. In fact, right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shorts open, 0 longs. It's weird, isn't it? So even before the market topped out, all that triggered were the shorts. Anything that was open and triggered as a long stopped out or trailed out. So the market had already kind of was giving us the heads up that it was topping out, but without any evidence other than the fact that, again, which was, I found it a little bit weird because I wasn't yet ready to say, oh, this is the top. I wasn't ready to declare that the top. I didn't have any evidence at all. But I just found it really interesting that all I got filled on were short plays, pretty much. And right now I'm 100% short. Not that I like to be 100% short. Even in bearish markets, I don't like to be fully exposed to one side or the other. But that's all that I have open. All the longs either trailed out or didn't even trigger. So I'm expecting to get a narrow range bar on Monday, and hopefully again a continuation lower on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm thinking there's a little bit of support right here in this space, but I'm thinking we should get back down to here, and that is around 205. I'm thinking maybe slightly above 205, like 206, which is where the 20 MA should be on the weekly chart of the Qs and the SPY. Here's the SPY. It's the same. So that's what I'm looking for, okay? A pull back to the 20 MA on the weekly chart. All right. So with that said, let me show you Bitcoin. Bitcoin is bullish. It's actually printing a W pattern right now. This is the 4-hour chart. So Bitcoin is good. I called it 3-4 weeks ago at 7,300. So right when it was transitioning here. Right here. I entered just $50 before I started talking about it. So it had just triggered for me. I showed you my position. Still have 1.5 coins, but unfortunately I made a mistake. I wasn't watching it closely. Should have added to it on that buy setup that formed mid last week or so, right here. But again, I just didn't really see it. I mean, wasn't watching it closely. I saw it after it triggered. So that would have been a good add. Up here, I'm not going to add to it, but still looks higher. Bitcoin, this is the daily chart of Bitcoin. Everything else, all the other cryptos. Ether looks good. LTC is on fire. Litecoin, LTC is on fire pretty much. Look at that. Way up. Way up. And Bitcoin Cash is on fire. I also like Ripple. I think Ripple is not bad. I like it more than the other currencies mostly because it's not too late on Ripple. It's basically right at the 20 MA. So don't love it, but I just like the fact that it's right at the 20 MA, okay? So that's the cryptocurrency market. Let's switch gears and look at the stock market. We talked about the SPY and the Qs a lot. I don't talk very much about the IWM, but the truth is the IWM, which is the Russell 2000, the tracking ETF for the Russell 2000 is the IWM. It's the small cap stocks. They lead the market. They almost always lead the market. Notice how the Russell 2000 is well below the 20. In fact, the entire week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row was spent, all of last week was spent trading below the 20 MA on the daily chart. So the Russell 2000, look at this, it's already at the rising 20 on the weekly. So definitely leads the market and is way more bearish. The market this year and the end of last year, 2019, this explosion to the upside last 4 months really was mostly large cap growth, not small cap growth. So if you look at oil, if you look at a lot of other sectors, they're not participating in the US, in this boom in the stock market. So who's responsible for it? Mostly it's the FANG stocks, the large cap basically stocks. We have 4 stocks now, 4 companies over $1 trillion in valuation. Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, which joined the pack on yesterday, on Friday. So that's who's been responsible for this amazing rally. Not so much the small cap and mid cap and some of the other sectors which are way behind. Look at the small cap. It hasn't even taken out the highs, hasn't even reached the high from 2018. You see that? So it's the large cap. So I don't know how healthy of an economy, how healthy the economy can be when it's just a bunch of large cap stocks that are doing really, really, really well. So look at Apple, right? Look at this. I mean, that's been on a tear. Incredible move up from 180 in June of 174 in June of 2019 to 324. So in 6 months, almost doubled, right? And that's Apple, biggest company in the country. So I don't know how healthy the economy is when it's just a few stocks, a few companies that are responsible for like 75% of the advance or the move up in the market. It's something to think about for sure. Some longs for next week. I'm watching the AKRX as a transition A. You can see this stock this is the basic unit. It's how I trade. So stage 1, stage 2, the top, that's stage 3, then the downturn, stage 4, and now back to stage 1. So the cycle is repeating. So I like it higher over the base, stop under it. I usually like stage 1 to get a little tighter. So this is a bit still not very tight. So if it can base a couple more days, I will look to play it long. AKRX, I like it as a transition A on the daily chart. This APTX is really interesting. Deep pullback on the daily, but check out the weekly. Tell me this that isn't interesting. Look at how it's starting to look higher, to the moving average starting to point up. So I really, really like it, but I just need it to clean itself up a little bit. This is a deep pullback, so I just want it to stabilize without continuing lower, and then I will look to play it long as well, the APTX. HDS is a nice looking breakout on the daily chart. So over here, look at this, over the last 6 months, 7 months. It's a breakout on the daily. Weekly is also a breakout. So it's pretty good. But I'd love to see it also, I'd love to see the pattern, the base get a little tighter right here. So if it can start to base up here, guess what's going to happen? The 20 MA, the blue line, is going to start to catch up. And then it'll be a breakout. But this looks good as a long-term trade. APTX. HIMX is already exploded, but has also another base breakout coming on the daily chart. Not my favorite of the bunch, but is okay, I think. The first two, I feel they need a little more time. HDS also would be great if it can base a little bit for a little while longer, but I like it. I like it as a long-term breakout. And then TNDM. Look me in the face, look me in the eye, and tell me this isn't higher. Look at the TNDM, guys. Doesn't that look beautiful? It exploded the last 2 years. Look at this, from $2 to 75, and refused to pull back. A stock that goes from $2, whatever, to 23, 230 to $75, and refuses to pull back. That's a 3,500% gain, almost over 3,000% gain, and doesn't even pull back. So this to me looks definitely higher to about up here, 110, 120, somewhere up there. Love the TNDM. Now TNDM is extremely, extremely wild, so you just want to be careful. Already broke out last week on the weekly chart. The daily now has not quite a 1, 2, 3, but if it negates that red bar, I like it higher. Look, real good breakouts have tight bases before they break out. So we don't have a very tight base here. So I would love to see it also, just like the HDS, would love to see it base for a couple more days and trigger maybe on Thursday, on Friday of next week. Not on Monday, but I still like it a lot as a long-term trade. Okay, so I like AKRX, APTX, HDS, and TNDM all as long-term trades. Okay, HIMX would be just a swing trade for a few days. So those are my longs for Monday. Shorts, I got a bunch that are open already. So I'm not going to take, I'm only taking 2 on Monday. If they trigger, I will only get triggered in 2. If you're a subscriber to the Strategic Swing Trader newsletter, feel free to log on to your account. You'll see which ones I am going to be playing, okay? And if you don't want to log on, you just want to wait for the email to come through, you'll get it before the market opens on Monday at 8 o'clock or so, okay? So that's no problem at all. You don't have to log into your T3 Live account. But if you want to just get the plays right now, put them in the system, put them in your, feel free. Already posted them, okay? All right, so the ALKS base breakdown, super bearish stock. Look at this, just unbelievably bearish. ALKS. It's funny, I was really bearish on the stock back when it was at 50, when it gapped down and started to look. It had that arch on the hourly chart, on the monthly chart. So, but I'm not in it, so that's kind of unfortunate because I was really bearish on it a long time ago. So this looks lower. ALKS. Bro, looks like it might have topped out. Climactic. Look at this. Up for how many years in a row now? 10, right? And then now is printing the biggest green bar. What does that tell you? That tells me that this is people rushing in, finally buying it, thinking this is going to be the next Apple, right? So this is going climactic, and that's why I like it short. Under this bar's low, under the doji bar's low, stop above the daily highs. As kind of a longer term play rather than a swing trade, because as a swing trade it only has room to 42. Okay, but I'm thinking maybe this could be a longer term play. CHRW gap down. This was an earnings play last week. Was one of the ones that worked. So I like it now as a 1, 2, 3, 4 continuation play lower. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 if it breaks under these bars lows. Short, stop right here. I like it. I like the CHRW a lot. DXC is a breakdown. So under this bar's low, stop above it. So under 31.50, stop over 33.01. Just under the base, stop above it. Okay, like it. Also on the DXC. EVRG is also possible climactic short. Now, when you're looking for a climo to play short, you want to see a wide range bar. So as you can see here, we don't have any wide range bars at the top. You want to get wide range bars at the top, like maybe the BRO had a wide range bar, didn't it? Yeah, it did. But it also wasn't multiple bars up in a row, like the Beyond had a look up, wide range bar, and then a novice gap. That's why it topped out. At least temporarily it topped out. So this is good. This is not as good, but it could also be topping out as well. If you want to play it, the entry would be right here, stop right here, okay? On the EVRG, that's the monthly chart, way up there, okay? So that's the EVRG. Expedia has got a beautiful weekly sell setup, slash breakdown. You can call it an M pattern, right? An M pattern is nothing but a sell setup with a double top or with a retest. Got it? So here's an M pattern. Stock gives you a sell setup, normal sell setup, a rally and a sell setup, but retests and fails, double tops. And then you can play it under the neckline, stop up here, or if the stop is too big up here, then one can do it short right here, put the stop right here, okay? Which is what I am looking to do myself on the Expedia. I really like it. I like it also as a long-term trade. Let's say the market is the top here. Let's say this is really the end of the 11-year bullish run-up that we got. Well, something like this that has a big top, the bigger the top, the bigger the drop, right? So something like this on the monthly chart, a chart like this means lower long term, like to $40, somewhere there. If this is truly the top in the market, I don't know that. I don't have enough evidence to say that this is the top, okay? That this is a long term top. But if it is, this would be, I would love to hold the Expedia as a long term trade. GOSS is a breakdown on the daily chart. Short under the base, stop above it, okay? You can see the top of the base, you can see the base better maybe on the hourly chart. So short right here, stop up here, okay, on the Expedia. On the GOSS, PayC is Climo, not as, it doesn't have the wide range bars, but it is up there. Look at the PayC, amazing, isn't it? This bullish market, a lot of stocks went up 1,000% or more, right? A lot of stocks. Look at this, PAC weekly, and then here's the daily. The four most relevant time frames for swing trading are the hourly for entries, for pinpointing the entry, the daily for finding the pattern, and the weekly and the monthly for giving you an idea of what the larger picture looks like. So it gives you a good perspective on what the stock has been doing over time, over the last several years. So hourly for pinpointing the entry, daily for finding the pattern, and weekly and monthly for the larger picture, basically, okay? So PAC is up so much over the last few years. PDD is like Roku on the weekly chart. Look at this, transitioning lower. Not my favorite, but look, it's the same on Roku. See that transition? I'm not making this up. Here it is. Look at the 20 MA, how it's starting to curl. So I like Roku lower. I like the PAC lower. Roku needs a 1, 2, 3 because it already broke down on Friday. So if I wanted to be in it, I should already be in it under the screen bars low. Stop right here. But since I'm not in it, now I gotta wait for a 1, 2, 3, a doji bar, and then maybe lower. And if it keeps going without a doji bar, without slowing down, then it'll go without me. I'll have missed it. The PDD has kind of that 1, 2, 3. So short right here, stop right here. It's good. I like it. Not bad. Target the 200 MA or $30. So that wouldn't be a long-term short, just a short-term play. $5 on the PDD. Roku we talked about. It's just that people like the Roku a lot, so I thought I'd give you an update that this looks lower, looks bearish on Roku, looks lower to probably that monthly bars low, $100. It's at 121 today. Okay, UPWK is just in an all-out bearish downtrend. Looks lower, lower. This reminds me of the GOSS. Maybe this is slightly better than the GOSS, just bearish, and now has a base breakdown on the daily chart. So short right here, stop right here, and then go on vacation because you just want to stick with the trend as much as possible. And the trend is beautiful in a long-term bearish trend. Last but not least is the WTR. It's similar to the EVRG. They're probably both utility stocks probably. So they're similar. I like the WTR more. A little Climo. We don't have any wide range bars, but right here short, stop right here, okay? I like it. Not bad. To the rising 20. Look at the monthly, excuse me. Look at the monthly. Look at the weekly. Is up there, way up there. Is it ready for a pullback? I think so. I think it is ready for a pullback. So I like it short. So lots of short ideas. Again, I'm picking 2 because I already have 7 different positions open. So I'm picking 2 for Monday, but I could really do more than 2 if I wanted to. I mean, there's a lot of good ones on this list, but I'm picking 2. And again, if you're a subscriber, you can just log on to your account and find out which 2 I am personally picking. 2 longs and one long and 2 shorts for Monday. Hopefully they all trigger because I like them all, but we'll see which ones trigger. Okay, with that said, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, again, be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. I'd appreciate it. And then also check the links in the description below, okay? If you'd like to learn more about what I do and my services, or if you want to watch some of the videos that I did. For example, I did a pretty popular video recently called Top 10 Tips for Beginning Traders. What I wish someone would have told me when I was starting out. My top 10 tips for beginning traders. So feel free to check that out. There's another video on my best day last year, which was I made $87,000 in one day after commissions and everything. That was before commissions went to 0. So I dropped a link for that video, and I also dropped a couple links for my playlist. So if you're new to the show, if you're new to T3 Live or to my channel, then this way you can have a link to my playlist, Facebook playlist, YouTube playlist. With that said, I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy Super Bowl and go Niners. I love the Chiefs, to tell you the truth, but I like the Niners more. So go Niners. Have a good one, guys. Have fun.